Are you struggling to talk to your children about the devastation and violence happening in the world? Or has someone they know passed away and you don't know what to say? Well, we spoke with Acting Director of Needham Youth and Family Services to find out the best way to speak to your kids about difficult topics.
There's a lot of difficulties that children face, on a day-to-day basis, whether it's, hard times at school, friendship issues or things like that. But of late, there's been some more kind of public and traumatic events, I would say. We've had some parent calls trying to help their children understand the hurricanes, and they have family in Florida and they want to help. Or we did have the graduating class of 2016 is grieving loss of a classmate that happened over the summer. We're also hearing from parents that the news in general that they try to protect their kids from is hard to do, and so they might hear about the London terror attack or the acid throwing in Paris that was awful, and so we thought it would be a good idea to try to give parents some tips on how to have some of these conversations. Best things that parents can do is just really listen to their children. So depending on the age of the child, whether it's a young child or a teenager, listen at their level. Find out what they know. The news, children, for example, with Hurricane Irma or now Jose or Maria hitting the Caribbean, they might be concerned. And I think to listen to what they know and react on their level. Teenagers, it's a different story. They know of the real world, or they're concerned because they have friends who are sad because they're, grieving the loss of a friend. So I think listening is one of the best things you can do. And then to encourage questions. And I think that scares parents because some parents might be like, well, if I encourage questions, then I have to provide them answers. And I think that can be scary for some parents, and realize you don't have to know all the answers, and sometimes it's actually appropriate to say, I don't know. For example, why did this person throw acid at these people in Paris? I don't know is a very appropriate answer for that. When it comes to the loss of a friend or a peer, and sometimes if you have the information, provide it at an age appropriate level for them to understand. If you don't know what's going on, reassure your children, which is the next thing I think you can do after encouraging questions and trying to answer them the best of your ability, is to reassure them that different things may or may not happen in that situation. The likelihood of somebody getting acid thrown at them is not going to happen here, and reassure they're safe. Little kids want to know they're safe, and quite frankly, hug them, show them they're safe, show them you're there for them. If you are concerned that their worry or sadness for whatever reaction they're having is in excess, because you know your kids best. I always say parents know their kids, just like friends know their friends. And if you're concerned because there's a change in behavior or attitude, or just the way they typically are with their friends, or if they're not doing their after-school activities as much, keep an eye on that, because to me that is a sign that maybe they are worried more than they need to be. And it could be anxiety, it could be depression, and to seek professional help. Our office can be a source of resource and guidance and support for families. We work with children and we work with parents to help have those difficult conversations. Sometimes parents just need the language to use with their kids because they do feel stuck. So sometimes parents will call us and we will just help them have those conversations, or give them some tips or pointers to start the conversation. Is one way we can help. But also, if your child is kind of feeling anxious or depressed, kind of more of that intense feelings, we also can do counseling support for children as well. And if we can't provide the counseling services, sometimes we do have a wait list. We can make referrals elsewhere. In addition, I think that Riverside Trauma Center is a great resource for how to talk through natural disasters, or how to talk through traumatic deaths and things like that. And their website is www.riversidetraumacenter.org. Our office is located on the lower level of Town Hall. Our website is www.needhamma.gov/youth. We can also be reached at 781-455-7500.